diffuse. Trade fights for better views. We both need something new. Maybe we should just tell them. I shouldn't think I is so good. So long to rendezvous. So long to.
Hello, hive-minded readers, and welcome to the Books and the Bees podcast. Just like bees play a crucial role in pollinating flowers and sustaining life, books pollinate minds and nurture the soul. We see the connection between the two, the delicate dance of ideas and stories that enrich our lives.
I'm Hailey.
I'm Cody.
Welcome to our podcast.
Hello, Hailey.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, but more importantly, how are you?
I'm good. We were just talking before we started recording. My cat Luna is joining us for the episode.
Yeah.
She's being very vocal, so you probably have already heard her.
Special guest.
Now she's chilling. But yeah, I'm good. It is supposed to be stormy outside, but it's really not that bad. So we kind of lucked out that way.
That's good.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like bad thunderstorms, and we had a couple rumblings, and that was it. So I think we'll be okay.
Well, that's good. We love
especially because our other cat Oreo hates thunderstorms. He gets scared.
Oh.
So
yeah,
so scare baby.
Scaredy cat.
Yep.
Aw.
How's things over in your neck of the woods?
My neck of the woods, it's peak allergy season right now.
Oh,
and I'm an
season.
itchy eyeball,
Oh.
little friggin'
Oh.
yeah, it's the worst. But it's
That
okay.
sucks.
I know. It's rough.
Is it hot over there?
It's warm, but I wouldn't say it's hot. I mean, right,
Okay.
like, because we know what hot is. Hot is 112 degrees in the middle of summer. In the desert, where you feel like it's...
Yeah. You're a crust. Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's been, like, in, like, the 70s lately. It's really nice out, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, we warmed up a little bit, but now we're kind of back into cooler. We hit 89 the other day. And the humidity was like 40%, so it wasn't
That's not
terrible, but it could have been worse, for sure. But now I think we got hit to 80 today and like 78 tomorrow, so not too bad.
Yeah, we did because we had a couple of 80-degree days last couple weeks, and so we officially cracked out the is that the right phrase? Cracked out? We cracked open. The word I was looking for was cracked open.
The AC?
The AC.
I'm not sure cracked open is the right one either.
I don't feel like that's right either. We brought out the AC.
We brought out the AC.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
we officially brought it out, and it's been doing.
Because it's not central air.
No, we don't have any. It's an older house, and they don't have central air. So.
Rip.
I know, but it's fine. We're used to it.
This is our first house with central air since we both were growing up. So.
Yeah.
We're happy about it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
rough life.
It is rough life, right?
Is it a swamp cooler though, or is it just a window AC?
No, it's one of those little window, but it's like the rolly guys, not one of the ones that sit in the window, but connects to the window.
I like those.
I like them. They're really efficient too, and
yeah, they are.
They're real nice. And then we got a fan for the rest of the house, but we'll probably get another small AC for our room because oh boy, it gets warm in this place. I'll tell you what. Yeah.
We have actually been like really cold in our house because we're not used to central air, I think. And so we're like trying to manage what temperature we actually need to be. So like I set it to 70 yesterday, and we both were frozen solid. And so now it's at 72, and I feel comfortable, but we'll see. I don't really know. So it's a good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good problem to have.
It's also not going to get to 100 degrees here like it does back in Idaho. So
True
I think we'll be okay. Yeah. Yep, the weather is warming up though, and the days are getting longer. My
Yeah.
tomato plants are thriving.
Ooh, yeah.
They're actually toppling over because we haven't caged them yet, so we're gonna go buy cages tomorrow so they don't break. But yeah, we got little tomato sprouts. We got cucumbers, we got peppers.
Wow.
And birds. A lot of birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're everywhere in those neck of the woods. You're like a full-on gardener.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really fun. I'm really happy. I'm enjoying it. The one thing I don't like is the mosquitoes over here.
Ooh.
Don't play around.
Yuck.
I'm outside for 2 seconds and I had 3 mosquito bites yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, no
So
thanks.
I'm definitely going to get West Nile, but it is what it is, I guess.
You should just come up with a vaccine.
I should. Yeah, you're right. I should. Yeah. That no one will take because RFK Jr. is our director. Yeah. Not to get political, but
Points were made.
do you know what else is political?
Yeah, but go ahead.
The books we're reading.
Kinda.
Mine are kind of
Probably.
political, I guess.
Yeah, mine would probably get banned for sure.
Yeah, yours would definitely get banned. Would it be, oh my god, could you imagine if RFK Jr. was caught reading like Haunting Adeline or something?
Oh my god.
That would be
I would love
so
that.
funny.
I would cry tears of joy, truly.
Oh, it would be hilarious. Honestly, it'd be so funny. Oh my gosh. They should just create an AI image of that because I would love to see it.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Well, do you want to tell us what raunchy books you're getting into?
Yes, I love
Okay.
talking about my disgustingly... I'm just kidding. The ones that I have been reading were not terrible. I mean, they were, like, spicy for sure. But these actually had plot, which was great.
Yay. We love that.
We love plot.
We love plot.
But no, so I finished A Darkness So Sweet by Emma Hamm.
Okay.
And it was chef's kiss, very good. Well written, and overall, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe the vibe of the book. Like, so I think in the last episode, in last week's episode, I talked a little bit about like what was happening in the beginning. But basically, so this book is essentially about a human-ish person in the realm that they live in. They have trolls, and then they have like humans and elves. And the troll people are like the misunderstood, like, we think that they're beasts, but they're actually like a really efficient and what's the word I'm looking for? Elevated. That's not right.
Like intelligent.
Yeah, thank you. Intelligent society, where
advanced.
like, yes, advanced, exactly. Where they have like electricity and like plumbing. And the like human people in this like kingdom or whatever are like, they only bathe once a week, and they like their men treat their women like shit. So whereas like in the troll society, I guess, they like, their women are like the backbone of their society, and they're like highly revered, and like so anyways, so the king basically like gets this gal to marry the troll warrior prince, whatever the fuck you want to call him, to like quote unquote tie their peoples together. But really it's like a ruse by the king to just be an asshole. And and
Figures.
Yeah, exactly. And so then this like human woman has to like navigate the customs and traditions and like culture of the trolls, and also like their race, because they're like a different species kind of. Yeah, so they're like a,
yeah, I guess that's true.
yeah, so that was what this book was, and obviously there was some very chef's kiss spice. So the troll people revere piercings as like a status. So like the more piercings you have, like the like cooler you are. I don't know, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Love it.
yeah, and so the troll has lots of piercings and of various proportions, and that's that on that book. Yeah, if any of our listeners are interested in reading this book, it's real good, and you're welcome.
Yeah. It sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it was honestly really good. And it was very kind of reminiscent in the genre, I guess, of the books that we love so much that are like D&D, but they're not.
Yeah.
The Curse and the something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Kimberly Lemmings.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to our listeners, and also to you, Cody, that you're having to sit here and listen to my brain today.
No, I love it.
And then, because I'm on a Emma Hamm kick, I guess, she has a shit ton of books, also. But she has a mermaid series, too.
Oh.
That I think have 4 books out right now, I want to say. And, so the next one was called The Whispers of the Deep. And kind of similar as far as, like, you have a merman, and then you have, like, a human woman, but, like, the setting is society can't, like, the human society can't live above surface anymore, so they migrated into the ocean and, like, created, like, an ocean society so that they could, live as humans, because they couldn't on the surface anymore, because, like, human society had, like, destroyed the surface. And then, like, had generations down in this underwater, like, cities, essentially. And these cities are all called, like Alpha, Delta, Gamma, Beta, that sort of thing. And each city is, like, Hunger Games style as far as, like, the districts go, where, like, Alpha is for, like, the rich people, the Beta is for, like, the engineers and all of the, like, grunt workers, and then all the way down to, like, Gamma, where the Gamma is, like, where all the ex-cons and, like, the prisoners and shit live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that... And then you have, like, the mer people that are, like, trying to get rid of the humans because they're ruining the ocean. Surprise, surprise. And
Daggers,
yeah, as we do. And...
Yeah, as one does.
Yeah, as one does. And the female main character, she happens upon this male merman, for lack of a better term. He's, like, they're more fish than humanoid, if that makes sense. Like less aerial, more like fish, I guess. Like, they have, like, gills on their face and shit. And so the gal, she's an engineer, which is also really fucking cool. And she wait, I have to read you the first what is it, like, not the warning, but the what is that called? The, like,
the content?
Yeah, like thing? The content warning thing.
Yeah.
I guess,
okay.
For lack of a better term. This is just, like, the end of it, and it says, I say some things in here about an invention that allows our heroine to breathe underwater for a bit and avoid the bends. So, like, the bends when you run out of, I think that's when you run out of nitrogen or oxygen or something to do with, like, the pressure of the water, and you, like,
yes.
It like, kills you because you hallucinate, essentially.
Yeah, it's when you, well, I guess it's when you come up too fast.
Yeah.
And the nitrogen in your blood doesn't have time because I think it comes out of solution.
Yeah.
So then if it doesn't go up slowly, then your nitrogen comes out, and then you can get really sick and you can die from it, actually. So, yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. But, yeah, so...
Okay. Good. There's equipment to avoid that.
Yeah. So it says, do not try this at home. It's entirely made up and honestly probably impossible. Please suspend your disbelief for this monster fucker book. It's a book about fucking
Nice.
mermen. Let's not get into a scientific conversation about whether the bends would happen or if she would die doing half the stuff she does. K.
I like that.
Thought it was hilarious.
Like, let her live her life.
Yeah.
Let her live her life.
Let her just enjoy some mermen, okay?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
But
I love that. I think I would enjoy that book.
I actually think you really would too. It was very good.
Yeah.
And it was mostly like it wasn't spicy until like almost Severian. So it was very good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Was it a 5 on the Henny scale?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a 5 for sure.
Okay.
But it was but the story was really good too.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah,
So
I
I'm ready.
definitely feel like I would read that book for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
What are you getting into?
Oh man, I tell you, I'm getting into some books. I am full on out of book slump. I'm
Let's
just
go.
whining and dining into these books like crazy. I finished book 6 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I talked about last week. It was very good. Listen to the audiobook. And I am really kind of in a sci-fi mood right now. So I am working on book 3 of the Expanse series, which I think I've talked about book 2 on the show before. This is the continuation of the series, obviously, so I'm not going to get really into any of the details of the story. And funnily enough, I read a novella that took place in between book 2 and book 3, and I did not care for it at all. Kind of like how I felt about, or how we both felt about the Sarah J. Maas novellas. I just don't think I care about in-between stories that don't matter
Fair enough.
to the main plot. Because I don't know, somebody told me that it mattered, and it doesn't. It doesn't matter to the plot. So I don't know what to do about it, but like I don't care. But anyways, I'm reading book 3. It's called Abaddon's Gate by James S.A. Corey. It's a fantastic book. I'm super into it. I'm actually like itching to read it pretty much all the time. It's really, really good. I'm loving it. I'm over halfway through it. I think I'm going to try to finish the series this year because I don't know. I've been reading a lot of series lately, and after Throne of Glass, and I finished that, I kind of feel like I'm ready to get a lot of the series that I've been reading for a long time done so that I can start new series, because I've been kind of holding off on starting new stuff because of that. So if I finish The Expanse, then I've really finished the big series. Like I did Throne of Glass, I did Akatar, Dungeon Crawler Carl, I started and finished this year basically. So after I finish these, I'll be ready to like add more series to my plate. I'm kind of excited about that. So yeah, it's really good. I'm really, really enjoying it. And then I want to watch the show, The Expanse, because I've heard it's really good.
Shit.
But I've been waiting to read the books. So yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And then I picked up a book at our local bookstore the other day. It's a short story collection called Amplitudes, Stories of Queer and Trans Futurity. That's not a real word, so I don't know how to say that. At least I don't think it's a real word.
Futurity. Yeah.
Futurity. And it is a collection of, I believe, 22 short stories, all of them being LGBTQ authors in some sort of sci-fi realm. Some of them are really close to our world. Some of them are really far future. And I've been reading one story a day since I got it last weekend, and I've been loving it. Been reading them in the morning before I go to work, and it's really fun. They're really nice. The stories really aren't long. I think most of them are like between 5 and 10 pages. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I think it'd be good to pick up. I just kind of found it, and my wife was like, "This sounds like a book you would like," and I was like, "You're right." So I ended up buying it.
Hell
and
yeah.
I enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
I love that. For Pride Month too. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a perfect Pride Month book, or it is a perfect Pride Month book because we're still in Pride. Happy Pride, everyone.
Yes.
I said that's so lame. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, you guys.
Happy Pride. And that reminds me, I did read another book that I do want to talk about because I loved it. It was called Sipsworth, and I also picked it up at our bookstore. It is a story about a gal who is in her mid-80s. Her husband died. Her son died. She was born in the UK but spent 60 years in Australia, and she decides to move back to the UK and basically wait to die.
Oh my
She
God.
buys a house. Yeah, it's a little sad. She moves back into a house, or she moves into a house in the UK. She basically does the same routine every single day, just waiting to die, basically. She knows nobody. She has no friends. Like, all of her family's gone. And she ends up catching a mouse in her house. And she starts to realize that maybe there is more to life at her age. And I'll leave the story there. But it was a adorable, quick novel, like 200 and some odd pages. And I really probably read it in less than 24 hours. It was just so captivating. And I've already recommended it to people. So I should probably find out what the name of the author is, because I don't know off the top of my head.
Man. That sounds...
It is Sipsworth by Simon Van Booy, I believe is how you pronounce his name. So great book. Absolutely loved it.
Wow. That sounds heart-wrenching and also kind of good, but mostly heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was going to go in a slightly different direction, but it ended up being good. It ended up being good. So, yeah.
Wow.
It was a great book. Great book. Yeah. So there we are. Reading good books like usual.
I was just going to say,
Per
we're
usual.
always reading such good books.
I know. This is my favorite part of the episode, honestly, is just hearing what we're reading.
Right?
Because I'm always interested in the books that you're picking up. So
Yeah, and you always sound like you're reading such, like, astute and, like, mind intriguing books, and
yeah,
I'm just over here freaking
Sometimes.
mermaids fucking.
Well, that kind of fits into the theme of today's episode, which we'll talk about in a little bit, about what kind of reader color we are. But before we give away that particularly fun bit of information, I think we should go to beekeeping.
Yep.
And Hailey, do you have any beekeeping?
No, I don't. Sorry. I almost choked. I was taking a sip of my drink when you said that, and I went to laugh, and then I choked on my drink. So.
Oh, no. I was leading us into a discussion, and I pivoted. Well, I have a little bit of beekeeping so that you can recover.
Thanks.
And I told Hailey this before we recorded, but my wife and I finally bought bookshelves for our house.
Oh, yeah?
And we did the IKEA Billy bookshelves. We got 2 tall ones and a short one. And they came today. So we'll probably put the books together this weekend. And I'm really excited about it because our books have been boxed up for basically a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Haven't seen them in a long time.
Better crack them open. Dust them off.
Better crack them open. Yeah, I hope none of them are like in a weird angle damaged.
Oof.
I really hope that's not the case, but
Yeah, fingers crossed.
we'll see.
We'll
see.
Let's all send out a prayer for Cody's books.
Yeah. The worst case scenario is I just get to buy a new version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah. And hopefully we have enough. We might need to buy another bookshelf, but we'll play it by ear. That's a project for another day.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all I have for beekeeping. I really haven't been
Oh.
paying much attention to book news lately. It's been a little crazy this month, so.
I feel that.
And it's only day 6 of June, so.
We're 6 days in, and we're just out here.
We're 6 days in. Yeah. Cool. Well, should we now jump into the main event?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I heard about this this fun little quiz that you can take on reading glasses. Actually, today I heard about it. It is called Read Your Color, and you go to a website called readyourcolor.com, and you answer, I believe it's 24 questions. I'm looking to see if I can look at it real quick. There are questions, and you basically just go to the website, take the assessment, and then it tells you what color you are. Mm-hmm. And based off the color, it tells you what kind of books you're into. So you fill out these questions, and it's usually like a summary of a story, like, oh, the CEO is starting to find love because his secretary is melting his ice cold heart or whatever. And it's like, would you definitely read that book? Would you
Yeah.
definitely not read that book? And then in between. And I imagine Hailey said definitely would read that book.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
And I think I was like, probably won't read the book. But you answer 24 questions like that. And then at the end, you get what color you are. And there are, I believe, 5 colors. I just had this pulled up. There is the yellow reader, the red reader, the blue reader, the orange reader, the green reader, and the purple reader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Believe it or not, 6 colors. And you can actually click on the website and see what the colors mean, even if they're not your colors. And then there's also some recommendations that come with your color. And so it is kind of interesting. It takes about, I don't know, 2 minutes max. It's pretty quick.
It was super quick.
You also don't need to put your email in to take the quiz, so you won't get spam, which I'm really excited about. Yeah. I'm actually just scrolling through all the colors. So I think what we should do is I'll do a quick summary of the 6 colors, and then we can guess what we think each other's color are based off of this, even though we already know what each other's color. Do you like that?
Yes. Okay.
So I'm just going to go in order of what's on the thing here. I clicked on the wrong link. Okay, here we go. A yellow reader is emotionally vibrant and driven by passion, drawn to books that stir their heart and evoke intense feelings, seek narratives that illuminate the complexities of relationships, emotional struggles, and the profound depths of human connection. And then I'm just going to skip to books that are recommended for this reader. Kristen Hanna, Beach Read by Emily Henry is for fiction. Educated by Tara Westover, and The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls for nonfiction. So that is I've actually read most of those books on that. That's funny. Red Reader is, you don't just read stories, you live them. You crave intensity, high stakes, and stories that grip you from the first page to the last. Red Readers are fearless, bold, and driven by a relentless desire for adventure and raw emotion. And books that are recommended by for Red Readers are The Silent Patient by Alex McHale's, Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, The Devil Within the City. I've never heard of that
Which I've
book.
read.
And,
it's really good.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. It's called The
Devil in the White City.
Devil in the White City. Okay, I couldn't read the text.
Sorry.
And then Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand. That actually sounds interesting. Maybe I'm a Red Reader.
Like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, I was like, hold on a second here. Okay, so Blue Reader. The Blue Reader is introspective and reflective, drawn to narratives that explore the deep, quiet complexities of the human soul. They love books that invite contemplation, offering thoughtful insights and philosophical depth. And the books for those are Gilead, Never Let Me Go by Kashu Ishiguro, which I read. It's a great book. Ellie Wiesel, and then Educated Again by Tara Westover. I feel like you can't use it twice. I'm just going to call this out real quick. That's the same book in 2 different sections. I don't like that.
Yeah. Hold up.
Get your shit together. Yeah, what the fuck, man? I'm being jilted. Orange Reader thrives on masterful world building. They look for stories with imagination, exploration, and vivid storytelling that transports them far beyond the ordinary. They seek out expansive worlds, epic adventures, and richly detailed narratives that ignite their sense of wonder and possibility. Books for this one are not showing up. That's cool. Oh, wait. Dune by Frank Herbert. That makes sense. Brandon Sanderson books. Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Gabaldon, thank you. Oh, and then Shogun, which I do want to read that book. So that tracks. Okay, Green. Speeding through. Green is grounded and purpose-driven. Green readers view literature as a toolkit for navigating life. They aren't drawn to abstract or poetic writing for its own sake. What matters is whether a book offers wisdom they can use. And books for that are 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Again, Devil Within the White City. I feel like we're being jilted again. And then Good to Great by Jim Collins and In Defense of Food by Michael Pollan. Those are the nonfiction.
Yeah, which...
Okay, and I believe we're on our last but not least. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, that I think The Devil in the White City was probably more for the what was it?
The green.
Red Reader?
Oh, for Red Reader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits more
What is
than
that book about?
Good fucking question. I read it
Is it like
many a moon ago.
It's a nonfiction. Okay.
I read it when I was in college, I want to say. It's about... Oh, that's right.
The
It's
devil.
a historical nonfiction book. That's right.
About the devil.
Yes.
In
the White City. No, it's about it's the Chicago World's Fair. Kind of situation.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah.
It just on the synopsis of the plot, it says the Devil in the White City is divided into 4 parts. The first 3 happening in Chicago from or between 1890 and 1893, while part 4 of the book takes place in Philadelphia, circa. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. Circa 1895. The book I fucking can't read today. Oh my god. The book interweaves the true tales of Daniel Burnham, the architect behind the 1893. I'm dyslexian real bad today. 1893 World's Fair, and H.H. Holmes, a serial killer who lured his victims to their deaths in his elaborately constructed murder castle.
You're right. This is a Red Reader book.
Yeah,
for sure.
I do remember it being very fucking good. So
yeah, it does sound good.
yeah. I think you'd like it.
I would like it, actually. I think I'm going to read
Do
it. Because that definitely sounds right up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last but not least, the Purple Reader is the unbound innovator, a bold, unconventional thinker who thrives on experimental storytelling and genre-defying narratives.
Mm-hmm.
They read to challenge norms, stretch their imagination, and to fuel radical creativity. Fiction books are Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace, David Mitchell's Cloud Atlas, which I've heard is really good, but I haven't read. Haruki Murakami, is also really good. Kafka on the Shore. And then Cormac McCarthy's The Road is another very popular book that I have read, and it's really good. So those are the 6. We have yellow, red, blue, orange, green, purple. So if I were to recategorize these simply, yellow is Hailey, clearly. I don't think anybody's going to dispute this.
True.
Hailey's yellow, I think.
Facts.
Blue, I think, is the... I don't know how to categorize blue. I feel like I'm kind of a blue reader now that I've read the description for it. But it seems like the contemplative reader.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I skipped red. Red is the plot action reader, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Blue's the contemplative reader. Orange is the settings reader. They are like the fantasy, rich narrative, rich world. That makes a lot of sense. Green is the how do I
self-help,
be amazing at life. Yeah.
Self-help. Go to the self-help section immediately.
Atomic Habits 101. Listening to podcasts about finance, investments, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then purple is the I'm a cool reader who doesn't like to be stuck in a box. The edgy millennial, I guess, or something like that.
The coffee shop millennial.
The coffee shop millennial. That's exactly right. Okay, Hailey, do you want to tell me what you think I am? What color do you think I am based off of this?
Based off of this, honestly, I would say that you would probably be red reader, honestly.
You think I'd be red? Interesting. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because you, my thought process behind that is because you read a lot of, science fiction, Hunger Games type. What is that word I'm looking for? Holy fuck.
Like dystopian?
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. That is, those are very plot.
And you like murder mystery type stuff and horror, and so, I don't know, that's why when it was like
Yeah.
saying your ideal books are the kind that make your pulse race and your heart pound, and they like immerse you in danger and passion. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about fast-paced thriller. Like, come on.
I see your point with that.
Yeah.
I would say, I think what keeps me from thinking that I'm a red reader is I don't like... when I was thinking of red reader, I was thinking of the people who read like the James Pattersons and the like the grocery store thriller books.
Yes, John Grisham.
Which I feel like that's and that's like a derogatory. I don't want to like make that sound derogatory, but it's like a lot of people love those books.
Yeah.
So, and I've read a John Grisham. I don't mind a John Grisham every once in a while, but I'm not picking up that dude's books every week, you know?
Yeah. They come out yearly because my mom loves them,
They come out
and
yearly.
she gets one every year on her birthday.
That's so funny.
That's really funny.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm a red reader, but I see where you're coming from. I see where you're going with that. That's definitely true. I do like books that have plot to them as well, so I see that.
Yeah.
I didn't read all these when I took the quiz, and as I was thinking about this, there's no way you're not a yellow reader.
Facts.
There's just nothing. You're the picture child of the yellow reader.
Yeah.
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 I can't even like make a case for a different
any other one.
Yeah, no, literally 100% yellow reader. Nothing's going to change. If you took the quiz 1,000 times, I think you would get the yellow reader every time. Yeah,
because I'm like, I'll tell you what, most of the books on that quiz, I was like, no. No. Nope, would not read that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that. So, should we reveal what the results of the quiz are for us?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first?
I mean, I'm a yellow reader. It's not a surprise.
Yeah, you're a yellow reader. Yeah. Which I did know. I did know before we recorded, but after listening to it, like hearing the descriptions, there's just no way that you're not yellow. Yeah. So I would have guessed yellow even if I didn't know.
Could you imagine if I was like, I'm a blue reader?
I think green would surprise me the most.
Yeah.
The green reader is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm just like out here secretly just like reading just smut books and self-help. To get me through the smut books.
Oh, yeah. 100 habits to better your smut reading.
Yeah.
That would actually be a funny book. I think I would read that book, honestly.
Why do you only read smut?
I should make that book.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, it wasn't a correct assessment.
Really?
Because I actually got purple.
You did.
And at the time I kind of get it because I do think I read unconventional books. I do think I read genre bending books. I guess gender bending. I read a lot of like sci-fi that's LGBTQ.
I love that. Gender bending.
But I would say I'm more of a blue.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that too.
And when I was looking at the books, like I think I read all the books that were in the blue category.
Oh, really?
Except for I read 2. I read Never Let Me Go, and I read Educated, which was also in a different category. But when I was thinking of purple earlier, I was actually thinking of this book, Never Let Me Go, because it's a really, really weird book, but really good. And it kind of felt like it was more purple because it's a little bit of a genre bender book. But I do think I really like my philosophical sci-fi books, but I also really like just really weird storytelling. So I don't know. I'm like a 50-50 blue purple.
Yeah. I mean, they're both in the blue family, so.
Yeah. I'm like a magenta, I guess.
Yeah, you're like a violet.
A violet. Yeah. I'm like a violet. Violet reader.
Yeah.
Now, the question that I have for you is, do you feel like this is a good way for you to look for books? Like now that you know that you're a yellow reader, do you feel like it's going to improve you picking out books?
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I don't know if it'll like help me, because like I already know what I like. I'm pretty.
Yeah, you're dialed in.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
You're dialed in.
I'm very dialed into knowing what I like. But like with that being said, I find it interesting because, oh, not the paywall.
Rip.
I know. I say that because when it says like other books you probably like, I've literally never read any of them. It's like Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson and Jojo Moyes, Me Before You, and Little Women.
For the yellow.
And Where the Crawdads Sing, which to be fair, I haven't read Where the Crawdads Sing, but I've watched the movie, question mark?
I bet you have. Yeah.
Yes, I have. I was like, what is this about? I was trying to remember. Yes, and I've never read. It also has Atonement by Ian McEwan, and I've never read that one.
Yeah, that one doesn't look like it fits with
I know
this genre.
And
I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, yeah, I agree with you on that.
yeah, and even the like, excuse me, sorry. The ones where it's like the Glass Castle and Educated and Beach Read and Kristen Hanna. I haven't the Nightingale. Excuse me. Haven't read any of these books, which is so funny, but I understand with the vibes. Based on the vibes, yeah, for sure. Like I love a passionate book with human connection and emotional struggles. Sign me up.
They're just not smutty enough for you.
They're just simply not smutty enough for me. Exactly. Can we get like, you know what we need is like what I'm trying to think of, like a good color to like associate like a maroon reader or like a 50 Shades of Grey reader.
yeah I like maroon.
Yeah.
I think maroon's a good choice.
You know, like a something where it's like,
that's true.
Proceed with caution.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would agree. I don't think I'm ever going to tell myself after today that I'm a purple reader.
You don't adhere to it.
I don't adhere to it. Although now that I look at, there's like a little bit of bullet points at this. So for purple, experimental and postmodern novels, which I definitely read. Surreal dreamlike fables, I don't know. Books with nonlinear structures or shifting perspectives, yes. Genre mashups and speculative fiction with philosophical edge, yes. Literary fiction that breaks forms or plays with language, yes. So I do think like maybe I was shitting on it a little too much. But I already know that I like these. Like I am looking for these stories when I look at books. So it's not like I didn't know this already.
Right.
So, you know, and this kind of goes back to the doorways, which we've talked about: plot, setting, character, and writing style. And I already know that I'm drawn to setting and character. So it's kind of how I'm picking my books, and then that's, I think, helped me more than this will help me, because it's hard. Like, how do I know a book is a genre mashup until I read it? You know, like, I'm not running to look for those. They just kind of find me naturally. So yeah, I don't think it's going to help me that much in that regard.
That's true. I would use this honestly as more, which I mean, I feel like it's really fun, right, to like take assessments and then be like, what does it think that I am? But so for our listeners, like there's for each category of color there is like what's called a toolkit, and if you like want like book recommendations, it'll give you book recommendations based on your color. So that I feel like would be the most helpful thing, but you pay for it, so maybe not. When I can just go know what I like. And so I guess if you're like, you really don't know what you like, or you want to know more about like maybe other books in a non-genre specific way as to things that you might be intrigued by, sure. for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this toolkit is that helpful. For me.
Yeah.
It's probably, you're right. If you're like getting into reading for the first time and you're trying to figure out what you like, and this quiz helps you kind of drive in. But honestly, I don't even think you should take the quiz. Just go to what the descriptions are and put yourself into whatever you think you are. Because the quiz is kind of weird in the sense that, I don't know if you felt this way, but there's like never gonna read, will 100% read. And I think for me, I only put one book in the never will read. And I don't think I put any books in the 100% will read. I was always like in between, and a lot of mine were in the middle. So it's not like I was like definitive on the quiz answers.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, mine were,
and that's just kind of me in general, I think.
Yeah, that's really funny because I was the complete opposite, where I was like, will never read, will always read, or like, yes, I would read. And then only a few that I was like, yeah, I'd read it, or like, meh, maybe not. But yeah, I was either like, I would read this, I wouldn't read this, or yeah, maybe I'd give it a try. Because there were a couple of like plots, I guess, in the quiz that I was like, oh, actually that like sounds really interesting, but like, listen, I don't stray from my comfort zone when it comes to what I like with my reading. So I'd be hard pressed to be reading a book about a memoir of some old lady who found love again or some shit, but I mean, it sounds good.
I did want to read that book. I did want to read that. Well, and I kept thinking too, because we've talked about this before, but my tastes are so kind of all over the place.
True.
Because I think it's because I'm a mood reader. If I'm in the mood to read a book about an old lady who finds love again, I'm going to read that fucking book, even though I probably might never read another book like it. And I'm part of a book club that reads like cancer survivor memoirs. And so that kind of falls in the same alley. Yeah. Even though I don't like look for those books, I still read them and enjoy them. Not all the time, but every once in a while. So I was like, yeah, I might read that book. And then there was, about the CEO who would fall in love with his secretary because like he has a cold heart. And I even put that, I was like, well, I don't know if I'll like jump at it, but I'll probably read it if like someone's like, hey, Cody, you should read this book. And then I'll read it, the next time I'm in a romance mood. So it's like, sure, why not?
Like, I guess. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I could.
Ask me tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe I'll be in the mood to read it. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's, I think, the struggle with mood readers is that I don't know if we're eclectic or if it's just me, but I feel like, I could pick up any book if I'm in the right mood for it and enjoy it. But then the next month, I'll be like, oh my God, why would I ever read a book like this? So I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to gauge.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like I honestly, I don't think I'd read a horror book right now because I'm so into sci-fi. Like I'm into like space right now. And even though I love horror, if I picked one up, I don't think I'd be like excited about it.
Yeah. You wouldn't be into it and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to read this. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a struggle to read for sure. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
See, that's so funny because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like a mood reader, but like within my genre, right? So like I get in these moods where I'm like, oh, I really love this like contemporary romance. It's so good. And then all of a sudden I'm like, no, sports romances only. And then I'm like, okay, but like, what about some trolls and some mermaids? I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that is true. And romance has the benefit of being such a diverse genre, especially nowadays. Like there really is so many subgenres within romance that you can find everything you want within it.
Facts.
You can go from Ice Planet Barbarians to
Emily
Bonnet
Henry
Busters or whatever. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah. Well, good. I think it was fun. I thought it was a fun quiz. I do think I learned, I don't know, I thought it was interesting. I learned that I'm not a green reader. That's the one I 100% have no association with whatsoever. I'm never going to read 7 Habits to Kill Before You're 30 or whatever the fuck that was.
God.
I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, it's giving very much like Eat, Pray, Love, which I love. Eat, Pray, Love. You want to know fun fact about me? I fucking love. I wasn't so keen on the book. I did read the book. I'll tell you that. I read the book Eat, Pray, Love when I was like, I don't know. I was probably in high school, I think, or maybe middle school even. And then
that tracks.
Yeah, and then I like to watch the movie when I'm wanting to cry a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Is that the one that everybody thinks is a Christmas movie?
Maybe? I don't know. It's the one where she, like, uproots her life because she took one trip to India and then, or maybe it was Bali. She went to Bali, I think. And, or something. And then she goes and, like, she's a, like, magazine article writer. A column. That's what I was looking for. She writes columns for magazines, I think, for a living. And so she gets to, like, travel and shit. Well, one of her assignments was she traveled, and then she, like, met this, I think his name is, like, Guru Gupti or some damn thing. And, she meets him, and then he tells her that, like, about her future, and then she, like, introspectively looks at where she's at in her life. Like, she's unhappy in her marriage, and, her and her husband, like, their values, like, don't align anymore, and she just kind of, like, looks at her life, and she's like, I don't think I want this. And then she, in very, like, midlife crisis fashion, goes and explores Italy and Bali and what's the other one? She goes to one more place. I want to say it's India, somewhere in India. Don't remember where. And she meets this like man that she thinks is the love of her life, and turns out no. And then she just basically just like she's trying to like find herself is the point of the book. But
yeah, this is not what I was thinking of. It sounds interesting.
It's very good. The story is good. I don't know how much I don't think I would read this book again if I was currently where I'm at in life right now. But I do love the movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I forgot why we started on eBay.
Because we were talking about the green thing. The green.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely would not be a green reader. But yeah, if you want to find out what reader you are, color reader, you can go to readyourcolor.com. I will put the link in the show notes so that you can take the assessment. You don't need to put your email in. It takes like 2 minutes tops.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to buy anything. So if you're interested in it, I'd say do it. But I also wouldn't say like this is going to change your reading life by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, and if you want to share what color your reading is, what color you are for your reading, you can do that by emailing us, booksandbeespod@gmail.com. You can also Instagram us at booksandthebeespod. We would love it. And then since you're already on the interwebs, you can go to your podcast app and give us a 5-star review because that really helps us and it will make us very happy. So please do that.
Yes.
And then I want to give a thank you to The American Idiot for the use of their song Rendezvous. It's a bop. We love it. It's the intro and outro to a podcast. Thank you very much. You can find their link in Spotify. Wait, no, you can find their link in the show notes, which takes you to Spotify.
I mean, you're already there.
Yeah. If you want to go to Spotify, just type it in. You'll find them. You'll find them. Great. That's all I got before I mess it up even more.
And now here I go. I'm going to try to get through this because, boy, I can't read today.
We should shorten this. We should shorten this exit. I just got to say it. We should shorten it one day.
We should. One of these days, but it's okay.
Deuces, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Okay. We hope you enjoyed this literary journey as much as we did. If you're buzzing with excitement, don't forget to subscribe, email us, and leave a high five-worthy review on your podcast listening app. Until next time, happy reading, and may your shelves be filled with tales as enchanting as a blooming garden. Keep the buzz alive, and we'll catch you in the next chapter. Bye for now.
Bye.